Well, everybody. We are here to let you know that James Charles has been called out once again for allegedly sliding into the DMs of somebody who was 16 years old at the time. Now, these are just allegations. We do not know if there is any, truth to this. There were some screenshots that were included in the story. It's like a 4-minute long TikTok that I'm going to play for you guys in a second. What is going on with James Charles?
The same thing.
What is happening?
The same thing that always happens with James Charles. But we do have to, make it very clear that this is just allegations, unless there's more of this story to come out. Now, Ethan Klein was the one that, vocalized this, because we all know Ethan hates James
This
Charles.
TikTok has been out for 6 days, and not that many people were talking about it. It had 70,000 views over on TikTok, but it was not circulating.
Yeah.
So Ethan was talking about it over on the H3 podcast, and now it's blowing up. There are a lot of comments underneath it. Everyone's siding with the guys and they believe him, obviously, because of the track record that James Charles has. It's very easy for everyone to just believe what is said about him.
That's kind of the bed that he's made for himself, when you have to go on camera and admit to having victims and you have to apologize, saying you're desperate.
And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
I wonder how Mini MUA's feeling right now. I mean, given the circumstances of him being talked about more than he has in the past, 3-4 years, isn't that at least a little bit ironic now that James Charles gets called out again?
Well, there are some people out there that are trying to make it seem like Manny's friendship with James is just assumptions of the audience, and they're not really as close as people believe.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on that, 100%. We saw how happy Manny was when the Predator pail was delivered to his front door by James. He had his flowers, he gave him a kiss on the cheek. They were best pals.
Yeah, he was super happy.
Super happy. So the timing of these allegations is just really bad for James Charles, because in his live stream yesterday where he was selling the painted palette, he literally addressed that Morphe palette where he said it was ugly. He completely lied about why he didn't like it, just try to say that his taste changed, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the comment section on the video were saying, yeah, his taste might have changed, just not from the kind of boys that he likes, the minors. But in his live stream, he kept saying that he was a 17-year-old kid. The fact that he was using that verbiage, how are you going to get away from it now that a 16-year-old has come forward?
Actually, let's talk about that. Somebody said, how are we to trust you when you talk about a palette that you hated? I've seen a couple of people talking about this on TikTok, where basically, in a video with my friend Lipstick Nick, let's discuss. So the drama channels who are screen recording, you can get this clip. So in that clip, I talked about how, when I did my makeup with my friend Lipstick Nick, how I did a palette with Morphe a million years ago that now looking back was ugly. And I think a lot of people are basically using this to be influencers are all lying to you. And that is absolutely not the case, and so taken out of context, it's ridiculous. Basically, when I was 17 years old, I got asked by Morphe to model for a palette. It was not a collaboration, I was not paid, I literally just had my code James, but it was not my palette. I was literally just the model. When you click on the website and you click into a product, you see people's faces, that's all I was doing. It was not mine. And at the time, I thought it was a nice palette. I said yes, I had a great time doing it. It was an incredible opportunity for me as a kid, and I had fun. It was fun. But now, looking back 5 years later, I don't like the palette anymore. Everyone's taste changes, right? I had so many makeup looks, so many outfits, so many hairstyles, so many videos that I made when I was a young kid that I thought at the time were so fun and so slay. But now looking back as an adult, my taste has changed. And that doesn't mean that that thing sucked. It just means that now I've grown up, I've evolved, and I'm interested in different things. So I just don't like the color story in that palette anymore. At the time, it was an incredible opportunity for me as a 17-year-old kid. I had a great time modeling. I was excited to have the opportunity. That opportunity to work with Morphe is what got me my palette in the first place, because we had a great time getting to be on set together. But that was not my palette. It was literally just me taking photos for it. So that's it. That is it. Looking back now, I have different tastes, I've elevated, I've grown, and yeah, I wouldn't do that photo shoot 5 years later, but that doesn't mean that it was a bad palette, that doesn't mean that I'm a liar, that literally just means that my taste has changed since I was a teenager years ago. That's all. Doesn't need to be anything crazy and dramatic.
I had this comment saved on my phone. I was going to put it in another video and I just completely forgot about it until now. So I don't even know what it was on, but it was something about James Charles and they were saying like, yes, support a child predator. And the reason that I screenshot this is because this is just very concerning and this is why James Charles gets away with so much shit. The person that responded to them said, child, they were 17. And then another one said, he never sent nudes though. What are you talking about? And most of these boys said that they lied. Most of these boys said that they lied. So just because there were a few people that were like, hey, I jumped on the bandwagon, I was like throwing allegations at James Charles myself, you're just gonna discredit everybody? That is a dangerous way of thinking. That is a disgusting way of thinking. And that is why people like James Charles continue to get away with the same bullshit, and they will always get away with the same bullshit because of idiot fans like that. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, it is.
That's 100% what it is. It's
very much like Johnny Silvestri with Colleen Ballinger.
It makes you wonder, like, why people are so, like, okay with that behavior and they just turn a blind eye to it. Like, maybe when they were younger, they went through some kind of, like, trauma.
Story time on how I was one of James Charles' victims. Now, this happened almost exactly 3 years ago now. I was 16, just had turned 16 a few months before, and there's some people are going to be like, why are you making this video right now? I'll tell you right now why. Because I have been seeing some stuff about him like unveiling a new palette or something like next week, and some people are like, I know he's controversial, but like his makeup is just so good. He's a freak. Like, he needs to be locked away. Everything that has ever been said about him online regarding this topic, I 100% believe because I have first-hand knowledge. So here we go. November 7th, 2020, 9:24. Age check. You're thinking, could be harmless. He's just asking for my age. Yeah, it wasn't. So this is a really complicated but also uncomplicated situation, which is why I never talked about it because I just didn't have the heart to. But basically, he DM'd me that, and I responded and I said, I'm a very mature 16. Now I understand right off the bat, I shouldn't be talking like that. I should not be egging someone on like this or like trying to like entice them. That wasn't my intent, I'm sure, but that's definitely how it came off. And I understand that now. But that being said, no matter what, I was a child and he was like 22. Like, and it was also James Charles. So you're 16 and you're seeing this and it's like insane. I didn't know what to do. My brain was so like, it was empty. I had no thoughts going through. I had no idea what to do. I already said that, but it's so true. Whatever. I really like, at the end of the day, there's nothing I could have said. He should have just stopped the conversation. He was the adult. So we had like maybe 5 texts back and forth on Instagram. It was age check. I'm a very mature 16. Oh, damn. Don't want to catch a case. And then after that, it was just like kind of stupid. Like that should have been end of conversation. But then he proceeded to add me on Snapchat. So this is 10:23. So an hour after this, or after I had responded to him and had the conversation. Now, again, you could just be like, oh, he could have added you on Snap before he got your age and thought maybe you were 18, like whatever. No, this was, I'm telling you right now, this was after that. So you can believe that or not. But he then proceeded to snap me and we snapped for a while, didn't really talk much, like whatever. Then I get this snap one day. Now, this is November 24th, 2020, James Charles. I don't know if this was the actual snap. I don't have any screenshots of my snaps, but I opened this snap and I swear to God, it was a full ass pic of like him in a mirror, something, whatever. And I was just like, oh, what the f-? To which he responded, what did I send? I said, you just sent a child your ass pic, actually. And then I kid you not, he said, oops, sorry, that was for my kitty girls group chat. Or maybe someone else. I don't know. Sorry. Blocked me immediately. Right then and there. And that's all I have to say on the topic. That's all I need to say. I don't really care if anyone believes me. I was in the situation. I know what happened to me. I know that people might want to try to blame me for saying what I said to him, but like, I was a child. He had the upper hand. He needed to have not done what he did. and he did it anyway, and he needs to reap the consequences. And yeah, maybe people should stop supporting him or something.
What is it about James Charles? He's not entertaining. He's not funny. He doesn't seem like someone that I would get along with. He just doesn't do it for me. I don't understand the appeal of him for how he got to this amount of followers that he has beyond me. It's crazy. Well, no, we all know it was about lying.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
So as we said, everyone, those are just allegations. Maybe some more will come out. Maybe the guy will make another video and follow it up now that Ethan has talked about it. I don't know. Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And if you made it this far in the video, please leave us a cop car emoji down below, and we will see you guys all in our next video.
Bye.